If you've been a regular listener to the show, well, you're pretty aware of my track record around elite athletic performance. Along our journey, I've shared many stories about some of the really successful professional triathletes that I led. People like Chris Lieto and Chelsea Sodaro, Jesse Thomas, Sarah Piampiano, the list goes on. But you're also probably equally aware that throughout those years, in parallel, I also guided and coached some really accomplished executives. And the quest for most of these executives was to foster sustained high performance in the workplace. And of course, that extends beyond the workplace into broader life. It's been a really fascinating journey for me. I got to work with world-class athletes, chasing world-class performers, and equally high achievers in business who face massive demands, albeit in a different environment. Now, I had an aha moment somewhere along the way. I can't label it down to the month or day. But over the course of the 2 decades of this type of coaching, it was really compelling to me that there were such strong parallels in the challenges that these very diverse groups of people face. And interestingly, the key solutions to those challenges were universally applicable, the same. Ultimately, performance is performance. And what I want to do today is I want to shine the light on one of these groups. We spent a lot of time talking about the professional athletes. Today, I want to focus the discussion around executives and CEOs, and particularly one question. Why do so many executives and CEOs choose to take on an enormous challenge that makes up IRONMAN Triathlon? Think about it. Not just once, but again and again. You might assume that their quest is driven by ego, but I actually think it's something much bigger than that, more important than that. Now, if you're not a CEO, and let's face it, most of us are not, don't switch off. Because when you hear the answer to that question, when I dig into it, I think you're going to realize that the lessons that we can draw are applicable to anyone listening. And so what gives? Why do so many of these incredibly busy folk choose to take on and add into a very busy life one of the most challenging endurance events that's possible? Isn't it just dumping more on their plate? Isn't their life and their work performance going to suffer? We're going to dig in.